Hey friends, welcome. If this is your first time visiting, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Thank you so much for stopping in. And if you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you as a subby friend. And if you like the video, please give it a big thumbs up. So today's project I'm really excited about. So these are pop sockets, but this time we're using UV resin. So I just wanted to give you a different idea. I know that there are people out there that like the idea of that shiny resin look, and epoxy, they're just not quite ready for that. So UV resin is, a good sort of in between, and you don't have to mix anything. So, it's a good option. Now, however, you are more limited in the types of things that you can do. However, there is still a lot you can do with it. So I did make some pop sockets, and these are them. There's this little guy here. And of course, I used my button embellishments. And if you're curious about them, I did the video on them yesterday. So there's this little guy. And then the pop sockets are from Glitter Chimp. They have lots of different colors, tends to be why I order from them. And they are 55 cents a piece. And there's this little person here. And then we have this one. And yeah, so these turned out super, super cute. And I like them a lot. So these are great Halloween pop sockets. And again, we use UV resin on these. And it is definitely a nice option if you don't necessarily want to use the epoxy. So if you are interested in how I made these, I will be attaching the video. And again, I hope you guys have a blessed, and beautiful day, friends. And I'll see you later. Bye. Hey friends, so I'm going to show you how I do the pop sockets if I'm using UV resin. So I will tell you honestly, UV resin isn't my preference for pop sockets, but sometimes it's a good choice, and some people like to use it a lot. And if I'm putting though my glitter directly on the pop socket disc, then I do like to use UV resin. Otherwise, I generally use UV resin to tack things together. However, if I'm doing a project like this, I will use UV resin. I don't think that UV resin gives as thick and just as nice of an overall finish as epoxy, but you can finish it quickly. It's 4 minutes under the light for each time around. You do have to do it in thin layers though, or it's not going to dry properly. So what I do, I start out, I just take my pop socket apart, and these are again from Glitter Chimp, and I cover up my back because you have the little pieces that have to fit back inside of here, and you don't want to get epoxy or resin around that, otherwise it's not going to fit back in. And then I tape it around, then I do these little cross hatch things, and I like that, and I leave room and then fold them down into tabs because that gives me something to hold on to, and that's just my personal way. So I've used Little Red Corvette, and then one, I didn't use the ominous. One of them's a mix though with the ominous in. Like with these colors, I don't separate them and put them back because I really like the mix that it makes. So I'll save that and put it in something together. But I use the Quasar, and now on this one, I'm going to use the Midnight Blue. So this is my UV resin, and you want to be really careful not to leave it. I have a dark place that I keep it when I'm not using it, because it will get hard left out in the sun, because of course the UV is what makes it work. So I just put a little dollop on there. I'll use a toothpick. And you don't want too much. You want enough though to, you know, cover your entire piece. All right, so now I've got, this is Midnight Blue, and I'm going to just cover it all. Now the one thing with doing the UV resin, once you get it in and you put it under the UV light, you don't have room to move things around like you do with epoxy. Epoxy, you still have time that you can move things. You could take some heat to it and move it. This starts getting sticky very fast. And, you know, once it's under there, it is what it is. All right, so I'm gonna put this under the UV light for 4 minutes. And while we're doing that, we'll go ahead and put these back together so they have the little pieces that they fit in. And then that just fits right back together. Now, if I'm doing epoxy directly on these, I take them apart because, or resin, if you get drips down into your socket piece here that you can't pull off, your socket's not going to open and close. But doing it this way, they are definitely very easy and it's a very quick process. So, all right, I'm going to just let that sit for the 4 minutes and we'll be back. All right, so now that this is set for 4 minutes, I'm gonna just dump off my excess glitter. So I don't like to dump it initially because, you know, it's wet and you'll have it like moving around. So I just let it sit and then I dump it. Now we're gonna go in, and we don't wanna put too much glitter, but I mean too much resin, but we want enough. Now you could still use a toothpick on this part, but I like to use these little brushes. This one I got in a set from Target from their dollar spot. There was like several brushes in it for $3 of different sizes. But you could get bigger ones of these from the Dollar Tree. But I like to use these little brushes just because I feel like I get a little bit smoother of a finished product. And then just add resin as you need. And you know, since you're not having to mix resin or epoxy, resin, sorry, getting my words mixed up. Since you're not having to mix epoxy, this is a better way to go for some people that are, you know, not super keen on doing epoxy. They're a little nervous, but they want the resin products. So this definitely has limitations. You cannot mix, you can't put like colorant in it, but you can buy pre-colored resin. And like this doesn't do very well in dark molds. It needs to let the, you know, light shine through, which isn't the case for these. The light doesn't shine through, but they're very shallow That's why you do them in, you know, just a shallow way. But the nice thing is though, like I put those 3 under the light together. I could put all 4 of these under the light at one time if I needed to. All right, so I'm gonna put this back under for 4 minutes. While we have that under the UV light, let's go ahead and look at these. So actually, let me just put my glitter out of the way so I don't end up spilling it and losing it. Because I do that often. See, it makes just a really pretty color together. All right, so let's look at our embellishments. So these are from Dress It Up buttons. I did do a video and show you guys all about these. Don't mind my glittery hands, but I don't want to change my gloves just yet. So these are Dress It Up buttons. And these are Halloween buttons. And these are so cute. I thought that these would be perfect. And they've got these little googly eyes. And they're so perfect for Halloween pop sockets. So we've got the little button piece under here, and I'm just going to snip that off. And if you need to, you could always file down the back side, but honestly, they've always set perfectly fine for me without doing that. So this little lady here is going to be for the one that's going. This one will be for this one here. So do I want to put it in the middle? Do I want to put it kind of down? I think just in the middle, that's pretty. And then this one is going to be for this guy here. And then this one will be for this guy here. All right, so take this out now, and I'm going to give it just one last layer of resin. All right, that looks good. So I'm going to put it back under. All right, and I'll start tacking these guys on. So I'm just going to put a little right there, and I don't want that to run under. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this under for just 10 seconds, and then I'll set it down. All right, and the reason I hold it under for 10 seconds is so that it doesn't move when I set it down, and it takes, like, that's all it honestly takes for it to start tacking, and then it's not going to move. Okay, so same with this. All right, so now we'll do this guy. Oh yeah, I did. Make sure I got it on enough to cover. And you could put these like to where they hang over, to the side, like whatever you want to do. All right, so this one's not quite been 4 minutes, but it's, you know, it's already like starting to get nice and dry. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one on and that way the tack down process will be sort of assisting with the 4 minutes, and it'll be fine. Let this sit now and for 4 minutes, and then we'll be back. Hey, also let me tell you, if you're doing this at nighttime, please remember that UV light attracts bugs. So I have gotten bugs in my pieces because of it. Like I put a little card up in front of the, here, let me show you. So here they are in, all right. So here they are in, and what I do, I just, I have this little piece I put up like that at nighttime. I don't do it during the day, but at night, just to keep the bugs from coming in it. All right, so we're gonna let those sit in there for 4 minutes, and then we'll be back. All right, so here's this pop socket here. Sorry, that's my screen door. You guys know I get yelled at about that by my husband all the time. Let me fix that. All right, and here's this guy here. Super cute. So these are just really cute, fun Halloween pop sockets. And this guy here. All right, and then here is this one that we did. I'm gonna take all the tape off of it, and see the tape protected it nicely. And then we'll open this. And just put our little clips back in. And here we go. And here are our Halloween pop sockets. And they turned out super cute. So I could do all 4 of these in, you know, maybe 25 minutes. That includes, you know, all of the time under the lamp, putting glitter on, everything. About 25 minutes I could do these for. So that's not bad at all. And these are ready to go. Like I could give these out today if I wanted to. So, all right. Listen, I hope you guys liked it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.